Alright, we saw this coming. Your boy knew it. Your boy bought Bitcoin. We already knew what was up. Bitcoin did end up getting that breakout to the upside, and we're seeing a little bit of volume here as well, which is absolutely great. We had a few early warning shots fired in this market. You guys would have seen it if you've been subscribed to this YouTube channel, because I was talking about it yesterday, where I had to step away from that beautiful Bybit party. Guys, again, shout out to Bybit, these legends. If you want to trade the market right now, obviously the market's getting a little bit more hot. I did it on Bybit. Check it out, link in the description down below. You're going to get some free cash when you make your first deposit. You can do it within the next 30 seconds and come right back to this video. But right here, look at this breakout forming, right? We ended up getting a little bit of a push to the upside into the high $30,000 range, consolidated a little bit, now making our second leg up right now. The thing to keep in mind is that this is a resistance level, right? So I know that, because this is the first real bit of volatility that we've seen in about 20 days, right? If we measure this, kind of since we entered this range to today, it's basically been about 3 weeks, right? People are going to be getting quite excited about that, and I'm going to be monitoring that. I'm going to be looking at the Fear and Greed Index, which obviously hasn't updated yet, but it will update within 2 hours. Look at that. We had a reading of extreme fear again at 10. Ladies and gents, we saw this coming. Smash up the likes if you look at this. Good old 𝗪𝗙𝗥𝗙𝗦 on my ads today. These ads are always interesting. If you did manage to catch that content, if you were able to, just be a little bit more prepared for this. That's what the '4Flies YouTube channel is all about, ladies and gents. I wasn't talking about this move happening with certainty because I'm a trader. I'm not a bloody fortune teller. I'm only trying to play probabilities that I think are weighted in my favor, and that's what I think we're looking at right now. So let me break down for you what I think might be next, because there's a little bit of resistance up ahead. You guys already know the deal, kind of 35, 37, this kind of price range is what I'm looking at. And let's just zoom out a little bit so we can familiarize ourselves with this range. And the good news that I have for you all right now is if we do take a deeper look at this range, just in this yellow box, there's not a lot of price action that's taken place between where we are right now and kind of the $33,000 level, right? So this is the next kind of area that I want you guys to be focusing on. I think that it's pretty likely now that Bitcoin is going to be able to get up to 33, just because if we look at the kind of price action we've seen here, it's just very quick, just zips all the way up and all the way down, right? You guys hear me talking about this all the time. We didn't really get any market reversals. That's what I want to focus your attention on. If we look at, for example, where these daily candles closed, they closed right at this green line and then moved up, right? On this occasion, on quite a few occasions here, we had closes, we had consolidation right along this line, right? And that makes the line significant. But everywhere before this line, nothing really happens. We just fall all the way down or rise all the way up, or fall all the way down or rise all the way up. That's just generally how it's been between this kind of next $1,500 range, which is important because that is roughly a 5% move, right? And we've already pulled roughly a 5% move as well, or 7% right here, which is absolutely phenomenal. Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin a little bit. Guys, where did Ethereum fall to? Bam, take a look at this, right down to my support level. I can't make this shit up. 4Flies, we know what we're doing right here with this YouTube channel. We're painting these levels, we're watching them. This isn't difficult work, right? I mean, if you've studied technical analysis with the basics, you should be able to pull this off as well. If you haven't done so, bam, these are the steps on screen where you can learn how I trade, how I analyze in real time. You can see all of it going down. You can gain access to my courses where I teach you everything from A to Z as well. It's very, very in-depth, and so if you do want to get a piece of that and see what's going on, like I said, it is discounted for you. Also, hit up the first link in the description down below, at 4Flies button at the bottom of any post inside of 4Flies Gold. This first link is going to take you here, and then click on send message. This is going to allow you to send me a direct message, literally directly into my inbox. I'm going to be able to read it and respond to you. If I don't, one of my assistants will, so definitely check that out. Look at that beautiful pump with Ethereum right here. We're going to get back to that in just a second, but for now I want to focus your attention back on Bitcoin, because like I said, I am expecting a relatively easy rise for Bitcoin up to that $33,000 level, but that's not even where the key reversals have happened. If we look at these areas a little bit more, the key reversals in my opinion have happened right at the top of this box. I should actually drop a line right there as well, so this marking the $35,000 level. And this is where things get very interesting, because recently, and obviously I'm always going to be weighing the recent price action as being more valuable than the historic price action, this obviously being from January of 2022, so about 4 or 5 months ago. We triggered a big reversal off this level, and if we measure this from low to high, that was a 30% move to the upside within in 18 days, so quite a substantial move up, and that to me tells me that this was important support. Of course, if it's important support, I must expect that it's going to be important resistance, right? And this is kind of, again, this is where the issues come in that I was warning you guys about, right? I mean, it was pretty, I was pretty vocal about how I was expecting this move to come. Nothing is guaranteed, of course. I couldn't have known this, for a fact, but, I bought Bitcoin for a reason, and I told VIPs all about it when it was much lower, actually. I should have brought the post up, but I bought Bitcoin, like, pretty much right down at these lows, right down at these levels. So I'm in a nice, kind of 9-10% profit on against USD right there. What's more important for me is that, this has been added to my long-term holdings, but I'm going to see what I'm going to do with it, because like I said, this is where problems start coming up now, because this is where we've got a lot of daily EMA resistance, right? I mean, this daily EMA resistance literally just started at the $30,700 level, and it ends just before our key 35k area. So, there's quite a lot of confluence right here. There's quite a lot of things that can go wrong for Bitcoin, and I don't want us to be, forgetting about that. Now, the good news is, again, because, one of the things I've been talking about, ladies and gents, is that Bitcoin has kind of been, because it's, it was kind of consolidating, it wasn't really doing anything. It lost a lot of its bearish biases on the shorter time frames, and I was talking to you about that on the 1 hour time frame, a little bit on the 4 hour time frame, and we're continuing to confirm that right now, right? Because we've managed to consolidate and now make this move up. And by the way, again, just the typical pattern, right? We move down, we lose momentum, and then we move up. I literally painted this on yesterday's video. So again, guys, if you haven't smashed up the like, shit, do me a favor and smash up that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, you know the deal, hit up the bell icon, because these content pieces are very time sensitive, and if you're sitting around missing them, I don't know what you're doing, ladies and gents. You guys already know the deal. I'm very, very vocal about this. People didn't like hearing it. If you looked at the comments and stuff like that, I mean, not just of my videos, but just in general with bloody every YouTuber and so on. I was saying it all in yesterday's video. I'm not here to agree with you guys. I'm not here to shake hands and stand in a circle and talk about how, we're all in agreement with each other. Absolutely not. And that's why I think that, a lot of people, I'm going to have to wait. I'm going to have to wait to see how this updates within the next 2 hours. I'm probably still going to be awake when that happens. And if this starts to show that we're getting a big jump up, if we're not in extreme fear, if we start moving towards just regular fear or even neutral levels, a reading of 20 to 30, for example, that's going to tell me that, we might be gaining excitement perhaps a little bit too quickly. And because of that, yeah, I'm going to start expecting a little bit of resistance. These are the kind of things that I'm going to be watching out for right now. So 35k also being an important area of resistance. And unfortunately, I don't even think it's the most important area. I do think that the 37k area is going to be the most significant part of this chart that can offer resistance. And if I zoom in, I'm going to be able to show you how. Yeah, just take a look again at all of these reversals, right? It's these reversals that I want you guys to be focusing on, right? Look at this. There's so many bounces that have happened right off this level just this year on the rally up to $48,000 where we had this fake out. Now it's pretty clear that we are in, some sort of a range where we're basically just faking out, catching people on the tops, catching people on the bottoms. You guys already know the deal. On this top right here, I was in a beautiful Ethereum long position where I ended up making about 201% profit, which was absolutely phenomenal, but I actually ended up closing it right at the top over here as well, kind of expecting that the market might be losing a bit of momentum. So now playing the upside as well, super fun. Like I said, it's all going down inside of VIP. If you're not in yet, I don't know what you're doing, guys. The steps are on screen right now for you to get in. So if you are interested, then these are the steps on screen. Like I said, first link in the description down below. Then click on the @4flies button, and then click on send message to ask me how to join VIP. But let's just bring it back to the charts once again. Like I said, we've already outlined the resistance a little bit, but the next thing that I want to talk about is potential support, and this is where things get a little bit more exciting, because like I said, on these shorter term time frames, we have managed to flip these things around. 1 hour time frame, we've now got a somewhat interesting 1 hour Echimoku cloud. On the 4 hour time frame, we're starting to develop a pretty good one right here. So if Bitcoin does end up kind of slowly sliding down again into the first few days of June, which by the way is in 2 days, which is pretty crazy how quick this year is gone. I feel like I say that every year actually. But yeah, this could turn into a nice area of support, and that is something that I want to just enjoy for a little bit, because I think that the fact that we are in this range now should mean that we can find. Look, this is the thing, is that we were finding quite a bit of resistance right here just along this horizontal level. we even found resistance here, you know, when we were first getting the breakout. This is where we had that consolidation that I was talking about at the beginning of the video, and that to me means that, you know, if we now fall down here, it is going to be reasonable to expect some level of support. Take a look at the 4-hour EMA ribbon. We're starting to get that spread again. This 4-hour EMA ribbon is going to stretch out into this range as well, so that is something I wanted to focus on. The 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame has just rejected us, so that is interesting. On the 1-hour time frame, the spread is much more obvious, and I think that because we've entered an area of high volatility from an area of very low volatility, I think that because of that, we can probably expect that this volatility is going to remain. So for now, I'm going to be most interested in what happens on the 1-hour time frames and the 4-hour time frames until we reach daily levels of resistance, and daily levels of resistance would be 33, 35, and 37. Of course, the other key daily area of resistance is the daily EMA ribbon, and we're in that right now, so we're already encountering that. And this is the thing, is that, you know, in markets like this, until you reach those key levels, it's generally a good idea to stick to the shorter term time frames, in my experiences at least. Of course, this isn't, you know, this isn't a fact, this isn't me, you know, making statements that apply to everybody, but this is just my experience. And then yeah, you know, once we do start to approach those levels, that's when you start to get, you know, perhaps a little bit more cautious again, just making sure that you're reeling yourself in, making sure that you're not overly excited as well. So at this point now, I'm just going to be doing a little bit of live analysis because I haven't actually seen the market beyond what I've just discussed with you guys. So let's take a quick look at coin market cap. Let me know in the comments if you like this kind of live analysis. Market cap now at $1.3 trillion, Bitcoin at a market cap of $600 billion. I feel like I haven't read that correctly. No, I did, yeah. That's 404 million, so that's 602 billion. These numbers are so big that they're somewhat confusing. And and so yeah, that is that's somewhat interesting there. Altcoins across the board up. If we compare it to Bitcoin in the past 24 hours up by 8.4%. Ethereum, of course, outperforming it. Cardano flying up. Let's take a quick look at Cardano. Cardano has got some very strong areas of resistance, so this is the kind of thing that I'd be quite interested in potentially going short on, just given how strong this rally to the downside has been. It's not really a rally, how strong the sell-off has been. You know, I am keen on seeing if we manage to reach levels like, say, 75, 77 cents. This was a really strong support area for Cardano. We formed huge bounces off this level multiple times, and so if we do manage to rally up here, I absolutely am going to expect that we might find resistance there. It's a very, very obvious resistance level, and so that's something that I'm going to be keeping an eye on right there with Cardano. Let's take a look at Solana. Yeah, and a bit of a bounce as well. Some of these coins not doing too well. Of course, Solana ended up falling down to my long-term target. Guys, if you've been watching this channel over these past few months, this is the thing about the 4Flies YouTube channel specifically. I mean, I'm sure there are others out there that are like this, but because we're not focusing on like really short-term fucking ADHD content that only appeals to teenagers or people that are still mentally teenagers but living in an adult's body, you know, it's gonna take a little bit of time to see that this stuff comes true, right? Like, I remember when I was talking about Matic and I got a lot of hate for saying that, hey guys, guess what, guys? Matic probably is going to end up crashing massively. People don't like those kind of things, but it takes time to see these things play out, right? The thing is that markets can be irrational and they can stay irrational for a while, but eventually nature wins. Eventually things come back to their natural forces, and that's what we're looking at right now. So, you know, this is something that I want you guys to keep in mind while we're in this bear market, because a lot of people never actually learn these lessons and they go into the next bull market, or they just quit the market altogether, and they don't know these things, and so it's almost like they're running around with a blindfold and they're trying to shoot people. You know, it just you don't have the best of chances, mate. Let's just leave it at that. And so, you know, to be able to get those best of chances, you need to be able to retain these longer term perspectives and just understand that these markets, like I said, they can behave irrationally until they start behaving rationally again, but they're always going to go back to it, and that is, yeah, I mean, and in crypto it can take a long time. In crypto it can be very intense until it actually happens, but rest assured, it will happen. Now, one thing that I'm focusing on is Ethereum against Bitcoin. You guys will know, again, within VIP, that I told my VIP members that I'm selling almost all of my Ethereum. I sold my Ethereum pretty much at the top right here. I bought it down at these lows. Guys, I mean, we've been playing it so well. Once again, a shameless plug, I gotta do it because we've just aced these swings so well inside of the 4Flies VIP group. If you want to jump inside, then once again, these are the steps with your discount. You already know the deal. I'm trading it all on Bybit, only on Bybit. So again, this is where you can see all of that going down. And again, that link is in the description where you're going to get some free money deposited into your account when you make your first deposit using my link as well. So that's free money that you can trade with. You can do whatever you like with. Huge moves right there. But like I said, Ethereum against Bitcoin, you know, also now down quite a bit, starting to make a bit of a recovery. I want to buy Ethereum against Bitcoin if this thing is actually going to continue to fly. Obviously, I'm going to keep expecting Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin. It almost always happens that way when the market is bullish. It might not be, and like I said, I need to see how things like the Fear and Greed Index update, right? Because if we start seeing irrational levels of excitement so quickly, then of course, yeah, I mean, we're still going to be potentially under quite a bit of fire. But for now, ladies and gents, I mean, the dollar continuing to slide lower, the S&P 500 continuing to climb higher and higher into this resistance range. So this is the thing, is that, you know, everything is still in a downtrend. The S&P 500, for example, is still in a downtrend. The dollar doesn't really count. The dollar is still on an uptrend. You know, and so this absolutely could just be like a very exciting hit of resistance, which is, by the way, generally how it happens. That is generally how it goes. But you know, and then actually not even but and then yeah, potentially a further drop lower. And where the but actually comes in is that, yeah, I mean, you know, depending on how we respond to these resistance ranges, we can, you know, reevaluate and potentially see if, you know, this thing could continue to climb higher. So for now, like I'm saying with Bitcoin, I think that, you know, there is still quite a bit of headroom left to go. There is support below us now on the smaller time frames. On the larger time frames, obviously they haven't flipped yet, but that looks very exciting. The altcoin market really starting to pop off. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance very quickly as well. Oh, that's not Bitcoin dominance. One sec. Yeah, here it is. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance and move this scale like this. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, so Bitcoin dominance continuing to climb, and it hasn't updated yet for this pump. Yeah, the last update was well, about, you know, more than 12 hours ago. So we're gonna get the next update relatively soon on the Bitcoin dominance chart, and that's going to be very important to watch as well, in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to be looking out for. But for now, guys, that's what I'm seeing right here. I'm going to be giving you guys regular updates. I'm going to make another video very shortly after this. So again, just double check that you are subscribed, that you do have the bell icon ticked, because otherwise you're not going to get this time-sensitive content when you need to hear it. If you have enjoyed this video, you already know the deal. Hit up the like, subscribe, tick the bell, do all that good stuff. Absolutely acing it in these markets. So if you want to be able to grab a piece of that pie, see what's going on, see why I'm doing what I'm doing, and see it all exactly as it happens, right? The video content, it's all delayed. VIP, this shit is happening in real time. And again, not only are you getting access to that, but you're getting my courses where I'm teaching you how to trade as well. So that companion package is very powerful. We've completely turned around traders and created new ones from scratch as well. So super powerful package if you want to get your hands on it. One last time, Bybit with the link in the description if you want to sign up, make your first deposit, and get some free cash deposited into your account as well. There you go, ladies and gents. Hope you have enjoyed this one. You know what to do, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.